That's nice. But that mouse is just cute as hell. That's just really sweet. Nice job on the eyes. I love the little, I always try to put the little sparkle in the eyes. A little sparkle in the eyes brings them to life. Very, very sweet. That's a nice drawing. Again, those are characters who could, be in a graphic novel. That's very cool. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I'm going to ask you to share it a little more later. But right now I want to dig just a little deeper into characters. And to talk about expression, because humans evolved to be very perceptive to the expressions of other humans. We pick up the subtlest of clues and from faces and body language, and when people look at comics, I think the same part of the brain clicks in. So if characters are very important to comics, which I just posited, and let's say that's true for the purposes of our workshop. If characters are very important to comics, then expressions are very important to characters. And by way of example, here is one of the most famously expressive faces in comics. Let's just take a second here and appreciate what Charles Schulz did when he drew this Charlie Brown. This face is one dot, one curve, and a squiggly line. That's all it is. It's 4 marks on a piece of paper. 4 marks on a piece of paper. And yet look at the emotion in that. Look at the discouragement, the anguish on that face. I mean, it just amazes me, and this is the power of comics, that we can perceive something this abstract, 4 marks on a piece of paper, and not only say, yeah, that's a face, but to care about what happens to that face, to care and wonder what that face is thinking. I mean, that's amazing to me. And so this next exercise is about capturing expression with the least amount of physical representation possible. Charles Schulz did it with 4 lines. Charles Schulz could break your heart with 4 lines on a piece of paper. We're going to see what you can do the same way. So turn on to the next page, the one with all the faces on it. And you'll see I give you some... This is frankly kind of a dopey exercise, but I'm hoping you'll be good sports and play along. The top one, I just gave some examples. Happy, startled, angry. Those are, think about, those are standard expressions. What I want you guys to do, just very, very quickly, is give me 3 more expressions on the middle line. Don't do anything on the bottom line yet, because that's a different exercise. But just give me 3 more expressions on the bottom line. Drawing nothing, I should have said this quicker, nothing but eyebrows and mouth. All I want you to change are eyebrows and mouth. And you've got all the space in the world to play with there. Eyebrows can be high, they can be low, they can be tilted up and down, every which way. Mouth can be high or low, it can be wide, it can be narrow. I just want you to vary the 2 parameters, eyebrows and mouth, but within those 2 parameters, I want to see what you can come up with. And I have a suggestion. It'll apply more later, but what you might do if you're having trouble thinking of anything is draw the picture first and then try to apply an emotion to it, or an expression to it. Just throw up some eyebrows and mouths and see what you get. And then name it. Okay, that couldn't take too long. Who wants a chair?
3 is hard.
3 is hard?
We have to name it?
I'd like you to name it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you want to. You don't have to. Well, we can all name it together. Thanks.
Yes. Let's see something.
No, please. I've got plenty. Because I was going to play a little game where I covered them up and made everybody name them anyway. So this is perfect. Everybody's working so hard. This is cool. Here's our first victim. I'm sorry, volunteer. And what do we make of this? I need to move it up a little bit here. Let me just tilt that down a little. Can you see that? Is that clear enough? It's not terrible. There we go. All right. Give me, what's on this person's mind? I think they look a little fretful. Not really frightened, just a little disturbed. A little unhappy. quite a bit more unhappy. I mean, maybe we've elevated up to frightened here. I'm not sure. And then this person is just PO'd. This person has had enough of that day, I think. But again, just look at what we did here, and this is great. I love the three-lined eyebrow. That's super. And that's something, people in real life don't have 3 lines for eyebrows, but in cartoons you can do that. That's the shorthand of comics. That's really cool. So that's good comics right there. That 3-line eyebrow is good. This one right here is very expressive. I mean, that's a very cartoony comic expression. Very cool. Let me put up a couple more. We don't have to do this all day, but I just want to show a few to show just kind of the variety of expressions you can get. We've got a mad. Is this your turn? No. A nervous and an unsure. Unsure. That's cool. Karen's wow. This is advanced work. I'm serious. You've anticipated the next exercise. The nervous is cool because you not only get the jiggly line mouth, which is okay, that's nervous, but you get the jiggly eyebrows too. That's cool. That's really great. Very nice. Karen, grab it. Thanks. I just saw the next one. Oh, I like this one. Sad, sexy, and depressed. Excellent. Sexy. Look at that eyebrow. That's so cool. And then depressed. This is genius here. I don't know who did this. This is genius. Look at the mouth way the hell down there. Look at that way down there. And then you get the bags under the eyes for extra emphasis. That's a very sad person. That's an excellent depressed. Very nice. That's terrific. But again, my point isn't to really critique specific works. It's to just kind of show some of the potential you can get just by varying very few things and how subtle the differences are. We've got sad, we've got confused. That's a great confused. That's a terrific mouth. And then frustrated. I don't know if you can see here, but on the original, these are teeth, gritted teeth. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's it. Let's see what we have here. We've got encouragement. Encouragement. I love that. And then the middle, what's the middle one look like maybe? That's hard to tell because the mouth is kind of going up, the eyebrows is kind of going up, but it doesn't look entirely unhappy. And then the tongue, you just can't be a tongue sticking out. Beautiful. Beautiful. You guys are such good sports. I really appreciate this. Enraged, yes indeed. Again, we've got another squiggly mouth. Excellent. Nervous. Beautiful job on the mouth, making the mouth nervous there. And what's that? That's what shocked. Yeah, shocked. Shocked. Whoever drew this also anticipates my next exercise, so you're excused from the future exercise. Beautiful. As well as this person. Oh, this is the brush pen person. I gotta meet whoever you are, brush pen person. Introduce yourself when we're done here. Quizzically amused, fretful, and then yes. That fretful is gorgeous. Those just look like big, hairy, bushy Andy Rooney eyebrows. Those are terrific. Very nice. And actually, if you held a gun to my head, I'd say quizzically amused is probably about the best expression anybody's drawn today. That's terrific. Cartooning right there. Very nice. And just a couple more here. Consternation. That's a terrific consternation. That consternation looks like Popeye the Sailor. That's terrific. And again, look at this man. Look at what they did with the mouth. They put it way down at the bottom of the head there. And that's how much latitude you have to work with. That's where that's the area you have to play in. That's your playground. Determination, fantastic. That unibrow. Nobody's done a unibrow yet today. And yet, look at how powerful that is. That's a very determined person. Fantastic. Now I got one more here, and I'll move on. I got confused, excellent confused. I got a sad and I got a sick. Oh, I feel bad for sick. That's very cool. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you all for doing that. I might have to excuse you all from the next exercise. I'm not sure. That was really good. All right, let me get back here. All right. Okay. So, oh, yes. What am I doing here? Yeah. Oh, I just got a little ahead of myself. Okay, you already did this. That's cool. All right. The following slides may contain the most disturbing images you will see this entire conference. Purely for scholarly purposes, I took this photo of my face. And I would call this expression skeptical. That's what I was aiming for. So, let me explain what I'm going for here. If you take this picture and cut it in half, right down this direction, and you take the left hand of the face and you flop it over mirror image to be another right hand of the face. And then you do the same thing again. You take the right hand of the face, flop it over to be another left hand of the face. Like a mirror, imagine a mirror right here. Mirror imaging the face. You get two faces that look something like this. This is this half of the face flopped over and duplicated to be another right half of the face. And this expression I call village idiot. Now if you do the same thing to the other half of the face, take this half, flop it over, you get this expression, and I call this one axe murderer. But the point of this is, wow, you're stunned.
Well, I mean, I would not have thought that they would have, literally flipping it over, that the expression would change that dramatically.
Yeah, I mean, what you've got here, and I think I invented this. I haven't seen anybody else like write this up in a book or anything. But what you've got here are two different expressions on different halves of the face that combine to form an entirely different expression, which I would cartoon as something like that. And so I don't know if this is some right brain, left brain thing. I don't know if it's neurologically valid or psychologically valid. But I think it's cartooningly valid. And what this does is it opens up whole new realms to you as a cartoonist. It allows you to show a character in conflict. They're thinking different things with different sides of their brain. One side's happy, one side's scared. It allows you to show them working through a problem in an instant of time. It allows you to show inner conflict. And it just expands the vocabulary of emotions available to you, this asymmetry, this asymmetrical drawing, tremendously. So the next exercise, which I said, I'm not even sure it's going to work, but I appreciate you give it a shot, it's such good sport so far, involves drawing one half of an expression on the left side of the face, because there's a little dotted line down the middle of those last three pictures there. And a different expression on the right-hand side of the face, and give it a name. Or maybe think of the name first, and then draw the expression. But I think it's easier just to draw the weird expression. And some are just going to be weird. Some of them are not going to be physically possible. Some are just going to be like, I don't even know what that is. They're going to look like, bad accidents. But some of them are, I imagine, I'm hoping, are going to be a little more sophisticated, a little more interesting than just the straight-on, symmetrical view. So, appreciate it very much if you do that for us, and we'll all take a look.